My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read my writing and to see my latest CNN appearances and my MSNBC and RT appearances, you can go to hagoodman.com. The link to my RT appearance on Crosstalk is below. Thank you so much for the kind words. Please continue to share it, and your support is greatly appreciated. I'm going to be on Tim Black's No Sellouts at this in about 1 hour, 9 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be an amazing segment. Please subscribe to Tim Black. I will be on the No Sellouts show on the Tim Black channel on YouTube in about 1 hour. WikiLeaks 34 is out. WikiLeaks 34 is out. I'm going to get to perhaps one of the most important emails of all WikiLeaks 1 through 34. And this email pertains to Hillary Clinton's intent to use a private server. Now, when people say, well, we just can't find the intent, or when people say, well, WikiLeaks it's really interesting because it shows the inner machinations or the inner workings of a campaign, a political campaign. So in that regard, it's pretty good, That is not even 1/100th of the impact and the importance of WikiLeaks emails. When you have two FBI criminal investigations where the FBI's James Comey could not find intent, the intent needed to prosecute, to indict Hillary Clinton, to say to the to America, look, this person intentionally committed crimes. And WikiLeaks actually shows that she did intentionally commit crimes, and we're going to get to that in a second. WikiLeaks is very important. Also, when you have a foreign policy dependent upon the belief that we must stop terror, especially IS, and then that from WikiLeaks that Qatar and Saudi Arabia, not only does Hillary Clinton believe that they fund IS, but she takes money from these countries to the Clinton Foundation. Yeah, the importance is profound of WikiLeaks. So it's not just, well, everybody does it. Republicans do that. Name a Republican. Name one Republican with a multi-billion-dollar foundation that makes $50 million in profit, personal profit, like Bill Clinton that we learned from WikiLeaks, or $60 million in the pipeline that we learned, or 500 conflicts of interest, or the fact that Hillary Clinton, this is related to the FBI probe, gave her housekeeper classified information to print out, which is, I don't even understand how the FBI can't find something wrong with that. That is, of course, against the Espionage Act, because if you go ahead and give anyone without a security clearance, and we know 3 of her top aides did not have top secret security clearance, so she shared information with them as well. I can go on forever. Really quickly, before I get to WikiLeaks 1 through 34, and one of the most important emails, in my view, that proves intent. This is an email in WikiLeaks 34. Its email ID, you got to look this up. It's 56322. Email ID 56322. And I don't know, maybe I'm looking too much into this, but give me your thoughts below, especially if you have a tech background. This is regarding John Brennan, the director of the CIA. Okay. This is John Podesta to an associate of the Clinton campaign. John to Podesta. Brennan is interested and thinks he can sign forms. Can he proceed as proposed below? So I can't see the whole email chain, but check it out. It's very, very interesting. But the funniest thing about this whole email is that they're talking about the director of the CIA. We know that it's not only Russia, it's Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. Countries throughout the world are going after and hacking Hillary Clinton's emails. The Clinton Foundation, the Clinton Campaign, the DNC, the DCCC. And we know that 5 nations have already hacked into Clinton's private server. That's according to one report. So everything associated with Clinton is hacked. I am not suggesting this website was hacked or whatever, but it's an ad for play online games free at this online games site.com. All your favorites, no registration required, and great graphics. Check it out. And then it leaves the link. But the funny thing is, They're talking about the CIA director. So I don't know if you find this amusing like I do, but this is supposed to be discussion about the highest levels of the U.S. government sent via BlackBerry from T-Mobile. So they're talking about the CIA director. These are people that John Podesta is could be one of the most powerful people on the planet. And they're talking about the CIA director, and then there's an online gaming site advertising right on that message. What are the potential risks on that? Just give me your thoughts below. If I'm off base, let me know. I don't think I'm off base, but if I'm off base, let me know. Did Hillary Clinton knowingly use a private email server? Of course she did, because she's not stupid. So if Hillary Clinton is stupid, let me know. If I'm off base on that, just say, yeah, HA, she's so incredibly dumb and stupid, and she's so naive that she would actually use a private server without knowing that top secret and special access program intelligence would be on that server. Therefore, even though she did jeopardize national security, hostile actors could have easily accessed her server, which is what James Comey stated in July. And that, what recently Comey stated the other day, we just couldn't find intent once again, and we couldn't find anything to indict Clinton on. The whole issue starts with before the email mess. On March 2nd, 2015, I was on The Last Word on MSNBC. I remember I was in the green room, and I remember that the March 2nd, the email issue broke. The email story broke on March 2nd. This is why WikiLeaks emails are so important, 1 through 34. John Podesta, on March 2nd, there's an email where he says, we got to dump the emails. That's already incriminating. People say, oh, well, he wasn't referring to that. Okay. On March 7th, Cheryl Mills says, hey, we got to clean this up. There's a story out that President Obama doesn't know, but he obviously knows because he has emails from Hillary Clinton that do not say state.gov, which is the primary difference between Condoleezza Rice and Colin Powell. They did not put top secret information and special access program intelligence on private emails, on a private email server that was unencrypted for 3 months. They used state.gov for official business, especially business pertaining to top secret information. Cheryl Mills on March 7th, I wrote a Daily Caller article on this, completely undermines any request that she made, she undermines in that email the attorney-client privilege that she was able to enjoy with Hillary Clinton and circumvent all these questions. One of the questions being, why on earth did Hillary own the private server? So she should never have, the FBI should never have given that attorney-client privilege because, according to WikiLeaks, with the emails are authentic. We know Donna Brazile was fired from CNN. We know Debbie Wasserman Schultz was fired from the DNC, worked directly for Hillary Clinton afterwards. The emails are authentic. People are experiencing repercussions. Now we find out that Podesta basically outed Cheryl Mills as being the person, this is the other day, that gave Clinton the authority or said that she should, maybe consider using a private email server. This is obviously shows intent on Clinton's part because there were questions even before she decided to run. And in addition to that, Cheryl Mills, in a very incriminating way, says maybe you shouldn't run. So Podesta, this is Politico, and I'll read you another article. Podesta suggests Cheryl Mills was against Clinton run because of email server. So they knew, Hillary Clinton knew she shouldn't have used it, and she shouldn't have decided to run because there would be repercussions. Top Hillary Clinton advisor John Podesta privately wondered last year whether Clinton's email practices caused ambivalence in her campaign about whether to run for president at all. In a WikiLeaks email, Podesta suggests that close Clinton confidant Cheryl Mills has been against Clinton's decision to mount another presidential campaign. The disclosure of her private email server may have been the cause, he said. Quote, at least we know now why Cheryl didn't want Clinton to run. Unbelievable. Podesta wrote in a July 25, 2015 email to Neera Tanden. Neera Tanden also is fantastic because she's like, oh yeah, they wanted to get away with it. Yeah. So Neera Tanden is like the conscience of the Clinton campaign. It's yet to be determined whether she has a conscience herself. But she actually stated in one email chain, they're talking about, yeah, well, why didn't they just disclose all the emails? And Neera Tanden is like, yeah, because they wanted to get away with it. And James Comey couldn't find out the intent to break a crime, to break laws. When asked for comment, Clinton's spokesman responded, "We are still not authenticating individual emails hacked by the Russian government and weaponized by WikiLeaks." Well, they're not. If it's they don't know. It's not hacked by the Russian government. Number one. Number two. Even if it were, even if the propaganda from the Clinton campaign is true, we should thank the Russian government because now we know of the corruption. The emails are of course authentic because Donna Brazile could sue CNN for wrongful termination. DNC, and Donna Brazile actually forced 4 other DNC officials, including Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Well, Debbie Wasserman Schultz left before Donna Brazile came in, but she cleaned house, Donna Brazile did, according to Politico. 4 DNC officials left because Donna Brazile said, hey, you got to go, because of the WikiLeaks emails. So of course they're authentic. And they are authentic in many other ways. WikiLeaks has proven that. And this campaign has proven this. This election cycle has proven that. But the issue, though, is, do we actually know who told Hillary she could use a private email? And has that person been drawn and quartered? Tanden wrote in a reply that had been previously disclosed. Podesta suggested it may have been Mills herself who okayed the server. And then says, now we know why Cheryl Mills didn't want Hillary Clinton to run. And this correlates directly to James Comey. His version of intent needed for Hillary Clinton to commit a crime. She removed top secret information, special access program intelligence in some manner from secure government networks onto a private server that was unencrypted for 3 months, connected to a BlackBerry the NSA said she could not use. And we know one of the BlackBerries that they're talking about, CIA director, has an online gaming ad popping up in the email. Give me your thoughts below. Anybody on the planet would have received multiple Espionage Act indictments. Then we already know she broke the Freedom of Information Act because she wanted to hide her correspondence. That's the reason Hillary Clinton used her private server. And we know now many people within her campaign were wondering why she was, basically one of them told her not to run. Give me your thoughts below. WikiLeaks 34 is out. Emails. Of all WikiLeaks 1 through 34, and this email pertains to Hillary Clinton's intent to use a private server. Now, when people say, well, you know, my name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist, and to read my writing and to see my latest CNN appearances and my MSNBC and RT appearances, you can go to hagoodman.com. The link to my RT appearance on Crosstalk is below. Thank you so much for the kind words. Please continue to share it, and your support is greatly appreciated. I'm going to be on Tim Black's No Sellouts. This in about 1 hour, 9 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be an amazing segment. Please subscribe to Tim Black. I will be on the No Sellouts show on the Tim Black channel on YouTube in about 1 hour. WikiLeaks 34 is out. WikiLeaks 34 is out. I'm going to get to perhaps one of the most important email. We just can't find the intent, or when people say, well, WikiLeaks is it's really interesting because it shows the inner machinations or the inner workings of a campaign, a political campaign.